Hello guys, we're nearly out of our first season for Heartopia. It's called Winter Frost season. I'm recording it in week 5 by the time I release the video. It's probably gonna be week 6. So it's right at the end. I will say that Heartopia does its content a lot more piecemealed than I'm used to in other games. I don't quite hate this. What we got for this whole season is the first two things that it released with was, for one thing, this snow sculpting hobby thing. You have to spend your daily stars in order to acquire the skill and upgrade it, but you didn't need to wait on or waste your upgrade tokens. So that was quite nice. This is one of the things that I enjoyed the most at first, mainly because it's a skill that allowed me to make a whole bunch of random silly statues, and I placed them in rather uncommon places in my house. Let's just put it this way. So that was quite nice. The second thing that released early on, this little skating arena thing. It's not the worst. It has a challenge mode, which after a while I can no longer pass because effectively you need to memorize all of these patterns, which combos you're performing, and you need to memorize at what point of the combo it goes yellow on your character. That way you know exactly when to click away or when to change. Now, for anyone that just wants to grind this, I've done grinding on this before, so let me show you. You can get your character completely still, and she's just gonna continue going. So there's that. Why does it matter? Because this ice arena skating came with a new dream in particular, which is skating ice for ice skating, and achieving perfect rankings in normal mode got you points, and points got you money and stars. And as you can see, I have grinded this out. What I would do is I would get my characters completely stable and not moving, as you saw, and just click buttons whenever she would go yellow while watching other content. Considering that I also make RuneScape content, it's not far off from AFK leveling skills in RuneScape, so just sort of doing this feels very natural to me, is what I'm trying to imply. Other content included a Fashion Wave store, and this allowed you to buy specific items for Fashion Wave tokens. I've gotten what I wanted, so I stopped amassing them. Normally, if you wanted more of them, the best way to do it is to go into sell items, see what is the store owner currently taking, and normally any Fashion Wave, special event things, like right now I'm selling special event bugs, all of those would always count, so would the fish, so would the food, so you would get special event stuff, and then you would sell it. And of course, speaking of special event stuff, we got special fish, we got special food, we got special birds, which were all just the same birds but with hats on, which was kind of cute, and we got special butterflies. For a while, they were just kind of up in the open. The first week we didn't even get the special insects and special birds, but for a while when we got them, they were in the open. But after a while, you could start a special insect event, or there's another one for special birds event, or you can start a special fish event, which is when a lot more of these special things spawn for a limited amount of time, which you do for in-game money currency, and you can invite everybody else to partake with you if you want it. So like you can see, Frostboar Fish event has been started by somebody all the way over there while I'm filming this. It's very... I know that for some people this is a scary amount of content, But for me, because this is a gacha and I'm used to gacha release schedules, this is a fairly light amount of content. And every week, I'm not gonna go fishing right now. I am sorry, random person. I hope you'll go fishing with whoever wants to go fishing with you. Every week, you would get a little bit of something new. So we got the My Little Pony event, which we can go to in a second. We got penguins, which I can attempt to perform an animation with, but honestly I'm currently standing on this penguin right now. We got like a little penguin storyline, which was kind of cute. We had a pre-event before that. Every week there would be a little bit of new that unlocked that also kind of felt unexpected, because I'm used to just all the content being up front. So let's meet at My Little Pony tree, shall we? Hello. Keep on losing track in the middle of doing this, so well, for you it's a transition. For me it's entire confusion about where my trail of thought has even went. Well, I was trying to just kind of, you know, navigate from place to place. Let's see if this person will engage in resonance with me. They're probably gonna... Nope, they didn't ignore me, so that's nice. Anyway, so this is the My Little Pony collab. Effectively, you pick up 3 things from this tree, and somebody else has unique 3 things, and you try and find somebody to hold hands with in order to then deposit those things into the tree, in order to then raise this bar, which is not too bad. Like, I've done it with people a couple of times. I could mostly get it just from doing the 3 that I get and depositing it into a tree every day while the update is running, plus the last bars here at 110 and 120 is just gems for this thing. The issue with this thing, though, is that you want to get all of these unique tokens in order to get your 10 pulls. But these are also time-limited pulls, so by the time this event is over, they will expire. But huzzah, I finally got this. I tried trading people for these, and trading is a nightmare. There is one dedicated trading channel in Discord for Heartopia, and every server gets to post there, and also messages are limited 1 per 5 minutes. So if people actually want to trade you, a lot more will arrive at your world expecting to do the trade than you actually have tokens. At the very least, that's what I encountered. So what I'm trying to convey and say is that Heartopia seems to have split their content, where instead of doing one big content drop throughout the 40 days that the season is running or thereabouts, they do smaller content drops every week. I don't mind that. I don't know about how I feel about pushed participation with other players. It's not a bad idea for a multiplayer game, but it does make it quite hard to handle this. Also, this season has started at a very awkward time, and I assume it's because the game launched at like December. So it started... Snow would happen in game. It's no longer happening. Midway through the season, we started getting content for Valentine's Day and spring, effectively. So now we have winter and spring content running at the same time. I would have preferred winter content to have stayed wintry, but maybe that's because when the game has launched. Another shortfall of this content is that some things are very time limited. Wrong thing. There's also quite a lot of menus which I don't super appreciate. One of the things that happens is a snow concert. It happens on a set time on every Saturday at 6 p.m. I'm never gonna be on a Saturday on 6 p.m. So I have a quest in game that's just like permanently outstanding because I'm not gonna be completing it. So I appreciate the piecemeal content. I appreciate that it isn't too much, but it is just a tiny bit of something new every single like week when you log in. I think that that kind of pace is good for this game. I'm divided on forced multiplayer content. It's technically good for the game, but practically it's actually really hard to achieve here. And I definitely don't like anything that's time exclusive to a very specific hour when events and gachas are already time exclusive. So like this whole event is gonna be gone in 40 days. Why force people to log in at 6 p.m. in order to attend the concert? You may as well not do that. You may as well run that every couple of hours. If every update is like this, I would say that it is likely okay, entirely okay for like the first year of this game. Like we get winter content, maybe we get a bit of a fun spring content, maybe like summer content. It's fine. It's entirely fine. But I think that by next year they'll have to drop something a bit more substantial, or they will definitely scatter their audience over time, because you can't really live on such piecemeal content. Like it's fine for a while, but after a while, effectively what you actually require is an expansion or a crying cat. He really wanted my attention, I guess. So it's fine. This is perfectly fine for now. I would be happy in the meanwhile. There's one more thing that I forgot to say. The last thing that we got was penguins as a temporary animal. They're only around for 20 days in total. By this point, they're gonna be leaving in 11 days. However, if I click into my collections and into other, penguins are attached to a couple of unique puzzles. You need a penguin to effectively gift you a puzzle, and it's RNG if that's gonna happen or not. So that's another thing that I'm not super into. I wish that rewards weren't RNG in these sort of things, but were like clearly dedicated to reaching a specific relationship with a penguin in that amount of time, maybe. But yeah. If you played through this, if you played through the season yourself, how do you feel about it? Would you be fine with content being like it is right now, going forward, or do you want something a bit more? Yeah, because I would rate it as okay, and by this point, my cat is calling me, so that is all the rating that I can do. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for my Patreon supporters, and I am really looking forward to hearing your opinions about these kind of content drops, these kind of schedulings, because for me it's kind of new. Normally what you get is you get a substantial amount of content up front and then you get nothing. That's the gacha content that I'm used to. This piecemealing things, I'm not hating it, but it's new for me. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah. Toodaloo.